It was in the process of editing this video that something happened. Something that I simply could not ignore. Something that would change the future of my channel forever.
Madness. This is Sparta!
Cut! Honestly, Mr. Butler, how many times do I have to tell you? Your line, quote, shenanigans, this is Spooty. And then you kickflip over the well, not kick him into the well. I mean, come on, it's like I'm working with amateurs here. Let's do it again from the top. Why don't skaters wear helmets? Good morning and welcome back to the vlog. I'm Spootyskater and welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, you know what to do. Helmets. What do we think about them? I was thinking about this the other day because today we're going to Ripon Riverside Skate Park in Oviedo, Florida. And at Riverside Skate Park, they make you wear a helmet. It is mandatory, governed by the city. And if you've seen the previous video I did about Riverside Skate Park, I said it didn't really live up to its potential. The park itself is massive and fantastic. I love the obstacles. The terrain is tremendous. But not many people seem to enjoy going there. Most of the time I go, it's either dead or filled with little kids. And I think in part, that has to do with the mandation. Is that a word, mandation? I hope you'll accept my apologies in advance for my particularly scruffy look at this point in time. As you saw, I did just get up, make some breakfast, and getting ready to start the day. That's good toast. Now, one could argue that because of the precise calculations required to do skateboarding tricks, that the additional variable of a weighted headpiece would alter and inhibit a skater's ability to perform their maneuvers. But unless you're skating the exact same board, trucks, wheels, bearings, hat, pants, shoes, necklace, toenails every day, this shouldn't be an issue. As a skateboarder, we're constantly having to replace components that break, fail, or just wear out.
And as a result, we're constantly having to adjust for a slightly different weight and feel of our setup for each and every session. No better feeling than brand new wheels and brand new bearings. Changed my mind.
I think it's no secret to just about anybody that skateboarding is a fairly dangerous activity. But if you look at popular magazines, videos, social media, most professional skateboarders, or even just amateur skateboarders for that matter, aren't wearing the typically recommended protective equipment. Helmets and pads are engineered and scientifically proven to prevent injury and minimize bodily harm, which further begs the question, why don't skaters wear helmets?
How come you don't wear a helmet when you skate?
The probability of hitting my head is pretty low. Say you pop your board a million times and you've hit your head probably 4 of those times. Like, you don't really see the point in it, you know?
Yeah. So you're just really confident in your abilities?
Well, yeah, that and just in general, the number of times I've hit my head, I could probably count on one hand. If I skated bigger stuff, like big transition, I'd probably wear one for sure. Skateboarding, just like any other sport, is like it's an entertainment industry, and it's all about perception and how people perceive you and what's cool and what's good and what's not. Protecting yourself is less risky and thus less cool.
So it's like if you were to take Mason Silva's skate parts, right, and you put all of that, it would almost lose credibility
if he wore a helmet.
Yeah,
Definitely. Which is ridiculous,
that's
but
take. For whatever reason, helmets aren't cool. And I think that was part of the reason why I didn't want to wear one.
Growing up, yeah. Well, yeah, nobody really wore a helmet except for the big vert guys, and you weren't doing that.
But it almost seems like there's been a little bit of a shift now to you see skaters like Andy Anderson.
Yeah, there's some good dudes that wear it, but I mean, it's just not what's cool.
Lloyd makes some interesting and valid points. Like all other professional sports, skateboarding is a medium of entertainment and therefore has to appeal and sell to the general public, as general of a public as you'd get with skateboarding. Professional skateboarders gain merit and credibility based on how difficult and or risky their skateboarding is, and when you add a protective component such as a helmet, you detract from the risk and therefore as a result lose credibility. However, this seems to be something that is changing somewhat in recent years, as we have skateboarders like Andy Anderson who are kind of pioneering the way for street skating in a helmet. By the way, if you haven't seen Andy Anderson skate, you're definitely missing out. The dude is an absolute wizard on the skateboard, and he just released a new skate part that absolutely blew me away. Definitely check it out, but after you finish this video. So that kind of explains why professional skateboarders don't wear helmets, but the dudes at your local skate park probably aren't getting paid for their skateboarding, so we still have to address why they aren't wearing any protective equipment. And I think this goes back to what Lloyd said about the nature of risk and confidence. To be a skateboarder, you sort of have to be a little bit stubborn and strong-willed. Having to dedicate hours upon hours to learning a tiny slice of the sport can really reinforce the notion that I'm not gonna get hurt, I know what I'm doing. There's also the undeniable aspect of skater aesthetic, which is a topic that could have its own video entirely. But the culture and style skateboarding has developed over the years doesn't really yield much to caution and safety. Finally, that brings me to my own personal reason for not wearing a helmet. Upon coming up with the idea for this video, I asked myself, why don't I wear a helmet when I skate? And my answer was plainly, I don't know. As a kid, my parents required me to wear a helmet when I skated, and in hindsight, that's probably for the best. But I always hated it, which is why I think when I came of age, I did away with this silly plastic beast on my head. Perhaps it was initially a spark of rebellious teenage angst, and once I was finally free of the oppressive constraints of a helmet, it just stuck. It's pretty easy to get set in our ways, and if I were to start wearing a helmet now, it'd be something new that I'd have to get adjusted to, which is probably a pretty poor and foolish reason for not wearing one, but it's what I have. Maybe I'll start wearing a helmet. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel to continue making content like this, please go ahead and click the thumbs up icon and the subscribe button below this video. And in the meantime, let me know what you think about helmets and skateboarding in the comments section below. I read each and every one of your comments and I love hearing from you. We just surpassed 300 subscribers, which is kind of mind-blowing for me that 300 people want to watch me sit in front of a camera and talk nonsense, skateboarding and shenanigans every single week, but thank you so much for everyone that's subscribed over the last few months and weeks and continue to show support on the videos. And of course, until I see you in the next one, keep on spooting.